So, hello all the beautiful beings. I have one question Delaro sent last week. Let me read through it. If I can still find the question. It is an artificial insemination, also artificial genetic modification of human genomes or genetics. There are many topics, and people have talked greatly on how artificial intelligence and the modification of genetics, and to a certain extent, it makes difference to the when you are in a human consciousness or your mind-driven consciousness. Artificial insemination, again, some people say is okay. Some people say you're working against the nature. Depending what your belief system is. But people who says you're working against the nature should also look into the concept. How conscious they are if they want to have children without artificial insemination. Are they really conscious of bringing the another consciousness or another being into that planet? If you are doing it just an act of sexuality, the intimacy, the accident byproduct of sex is the baby, it is probably done without any awareness at all, which is the majority of the time the case is. So, I don't think personally anything wrong with artificial insemination, but only thing that can be damaging and harmful for the person who is carrying the baby. Have to go through many drugs because body is not ready or body is not accepting or having some other issues. But you have to be very careful with the health. It is a very individual choice. Personally, if you're living with the law of nature, not just the law of creation, your intelligence, that is a different law structure as individual human right. But I'm talking about law of your own body. How your body is. If your body is not able to accept or get pregnant, or naturally not able to accept the whole energetically the baby, you have to keep injecting the chemicals inside the body to keep it sustainable. That will have a consequences or another genetic effect on the baby that the baby is born afterward. The effect of artificial insemination may be visible on the baby, on the immunity of the baby. So it becomes a vicious cycle. One has to choose. Then you have a baby, then you don't even want to take care of the baby. You give a nanny to look after it. You can't be bothered to breastfeed it, which is a natural cycle. But I don't want my physical figures to be affected or don't have much time, but I get somebody else to look after it. It's just basically you want to have something in your life that you can call it your children or your asset or something that can make you feel proud or something that you can justify of your presence within society that you are doing something for something. So there are many relevant questions. So artificial insemination, personally, it will have consequences onto the person who's doing it and to the baby coming along. You should not do it. Allow the natural occurrence of the body, work through it, purify. Once your body is purified, you're living with the natural cycle of your body. It is a natural process as a regrowth is a natural occurrence. If you had lived your life according to the cycle when you had a youth of reproductivity, you wasted that reproductivity into collecting money or in your career. And you saved when you become 45 or past 40, when your body's immunity is weak, does not have enough strength, you totally exhausted from stress and burnout. Majority of endocrine system are completely not working properly in harmony, and your hormone level are completely upside down. Then you want to get, you save the IVF, in the process you want to have babies. You put protecting chemicals inside, and when the baby is born, that baby will have a effect of immunity because your immunity was weak. So money you invest, then you invest money back into making the baby. It's better to look after. If you don't want to have children, don't have children. If your body cannot produce children naturally, don't need to. There are plenty of them. Adopt one of them. There are many in the world. So your body is not a machine to produce baby. Your body is supposed to give you a rebirth. So that's called awakening. Supposed to completely transform your tamas nature or the birth that body gave it, the mother gave it to your body, is supposed to take a birth inside the birth to become a Brahman, to become a Brahmin, become a Dvais. So you can transcend and transform your mind or living being. In relation to artificial genetic modification of human genomes, science have evolved enough, and soon I can predict you today. There will be you're already robots anyway. Majority of people are robots. Robots are working for robots, and robots are regulating robots. And they're like literally a thin streamline. Soon, robots will be producing robots, and all the humans will be polishing the robot's body and looking after them. And there will become a time that now the humans are assembling the robots when the artificial intelligence get transferred plenty each into the robots. One day they will not be required for humans. There's some of the countries, they already, people don't want to have children. They don't want to have any reproductivity. Some of them already lost that ability or desire, or due to the education system, they rather have a little robot that look like a human to go with them for a walk, even they're married to them. And I'm pretty sure robots can't make babies, they only can make robots, not humans. So one day, the more Kali Yuga is coming, mechanical lifestyle, soon humans will become instinct. That's a good idea, no? Many people think that will be happening one day. So artificial intelligence is necessary to preserve the intelligence of people. You have artificial intelligence inside you as well. That you can call it your samskara. Or throughout, you can call it not artificial, but it's real intelligence. Artificial intelligence can be won and be collected from other people. Similarly, your life, throughout the life you were born, you're born with a little potential of intelligence to expand. You learn from many people, that becomes your samskara, your karmas, a collective consciousness, a collective intelligence. When you leave the body, you take that intelligence with you next lifetime. When you were born, artificial intelligence, but you don't remember. You don't remember what intelligence you had in previous lifetime. But if you leave the body consciously and born back again into a human body and remember exactly what you were, at least you will not have to learn. You can start your journey from very early days as you were. That's what they call avatar of Buddha or the Lamas in Buddhism. They are predicting when they are going to born and where they are going to born, so they can look after into the similar tradition. So the artificial intelligence is inside your own human body, but you can transfer it, you give it to a machine that will live along within that capacity and keep learning from other aspects of it, or you die, reborn again, all the knowledge, the collective intelligence you have had, that was your real-time experience. You born back again, but you forget. So sometimes you can revive that intelligence from your previous lives, or you can live it unconsciously in the present lifetime. So I think there's nothing wrong with the artificial intelligence either, but the only difference is if that intelligence is just only collecting you with intelligence, but not transcending you to a no karma, totally free from every intelligence, with no relationship, with no limitation. At present, what we call it artificial intelligence is collective intelligence that you and I and everybody have present today. But when you are meditating, that time you don't have any intelligence. You only have awareness. You have awareness that you are presence. Not controlled, not manipulated, not judged, not questioned. Completely pure consciousness. If that means you have dropped all the intelligence, either is the conscious intelligence or artificial intelligence, all dropped. If that can be done, only that possible when you take the power out of you turn the battery off. But that is your mind. That is your life force. So I don't see any problems or misuse. I can assure you one thing for sure. If you look at present concept of humanity and spirituality, if person's action driven from fear, either it is material action or spiritual action. I'm not talking about material people only. I'm talking about spiritual people as well. Some miracle or some greed, insecurity, or fear, or somewhere else can be better than my present awareness. That will always lead to a misfortune. All of your action or even your own sadhana when you are meditating should not be driven by the greed or hunger, should not be driven by the insecurity, should not be driven by the fear. Sadhana should be driven by the possibility you are accepting. There is no, if the lack of acceptance you're doing it into meditation, you are chasing something. In that chase, you miss the real experience that was happening in that very moment. And that is a very unfortunate for especially the spiritual seekers. Everything is fixed within the goal post, in the box. You are not able to accept your abundanceness. You want perfectly wrapped up, nice, beautiful packaging of your soul or packaging of your mind or decoration of your consciousness, which is supposed to be abundance. As long as the moment you make a limitation of it, you miss the possibility of unique individuality, the possibility of uniqueness. Because you are chasing the identity that is created by somebody or given an idea by somebody else, or somebody else have had it or created it. You want exactly the same, but you can be completely different. When you're doing the practices may look the similar, but practices may be the same, but a fact, appearance, or the outcome may be totally different. When your outcome is one and many people practicing, that when becomes the problem. You cannot, absolute truth may be the one, but you may not reach at the same place. So, in process, when you are meditating, or doing any practices, try to embrace, or at least doing the practice, stay with your own awareness, the experience, and understanding. there is one more thing that somebody said. In society, as an individual is developing toward to higher consciousness, it is sometimes enough one enlightened individual to move all the group, because they all have this light inside. When they see it, they will lighten up. I don't think so. Personally, I disagree with it. You can have many religious and spiritual groups says that one person is enough. You don't have to get enlightened or become aware. I am it. As long as you remain in my presence, that is enough. I totally disagree to it. Is you try to save somebody and one person eating the food and everybody's belly becomes full? They will die with starvation. It totally, I don't know who came up with this concept. It's totally ridiculous. I don't really agree with that. And it's saying I eat food and you will become satisfied. Just don't need to eat. I don't agree with that. I think personally, if that was the case, Buddha become enlightened, why the Buddha had to work so hard to spreading the knowledge of awakening people to be free, to become more realized, not to have such suffering of their mind? If the Buddha was there, all he can say, please come and live with me. Everybody will be liberated. That was not the case. So I don't think that can work. As a dharma of an individual who have experienced the light, or who have experienced the universal consciousness or awareness, or reach to the certain level of awareness or realization, person should not claim that you don't have to work yourself. Me only getting enlightened will be enough for everybody else's problems. Not really. That person's responsibility to transmit or give everybody else who have, according to their capacity, to work on that path of their own transformation. Not taking the responsibility. That's why I always say, I'm not responsible for anybody else. Only person I'm responsible for my own transformation on the path I may share the knowledge and help other people to transform according to their capacity in their time towards their own journey. But I see nowadays that I am doing my own practice, and it's not about me anymore. I'm just become somebody is sick. I'm taking the sickness and throwing up. I'm transmitting, like you become some sort of channel that you have taken everybody else's burden on top of you. It's not needed. You yourself is suffering. You yourself is full of limitations. I don't need to worry about transfer my things. But like, can you imagine now, Christmas last week was having a nice holiday. He got really drunk, and I'm getting sick for Christmas. But he was the person who got totally drunk, and I'm throwing up in my studio, and I'm getting hangover. Is that possible? I don't believe that. But these are the problems. As so-called spiritual healers and the yogis claiming that is called brainwashing. And these people bring bad name to the spiritual world or spiritual society or consciousness. It's not possible. I cannot. That's you saying that I eat the food, you are happy, your belly is satisfied. Not possible. You have done karma, is your karma, you have to deal with it. I may become instrument to help you to progress on that. But I can't be sick for you. It's like don't want to go there, it's fine. They are some recent new age people. You are not even aware and connected with them at all. You are completely, comfortably watching, happily enjoying your life. Next minute, there's somebody saying, I was sick because of this person. The person have done nothing. Person was having a great time. Your own emotions making you feel sick, not because of somebody else. The boundary is not for you or for other people, it's your own prison. I don't like somebody, I make a big wall. And I don't like somebody else, I make another wall to protect myself from other people. But who actually you're prisoning? You're prisoning your own self. You're not blocking other people, you blocking your own self. And you have made so many walls, and you feel that I don't feel free anymore. Problems. So, similarly, the one person in society is enlightened cannot make everybody else's karma disappear. This person has transformed, that person is grown, not everybody else. So that is not going to work, the life, in my opinion. There could be a possibility. Not in my, I'm not reached that far to realize that. One day, maybe. But I'm not sure. I can't guarantee that at present. Yeah. Tomorrow, maybe, if I have that transformative experience in 24 hours, I might say that is possibility. But so far, in my understanding, in my experience, it is not been possible. But I'm open to possibilities. I can't say never, but I'm open if that possibility, great. In that case, I will stop eating. I will be happy because everybody else is eating. And I stop meditating because other people are meditating. I should get benefit of it. But that's not the case. I have one more question that was asked. Let me find it. It's, I think from health reason, but the question was asked by where is it? It's related to the some health concern that can lead to a cancer after a certain time is the virus and sexually transmitted virus. Personally, a good alkaline diet is very helpful. Please also do treat with the medical science that can be helpful. So you cannot completely eradicate the help of medical science. Along with your holistic approach, clean diet, and no fear, meditating, remaining positive, constructive. Alkaline diet, doing pranayama, doing regular meditation and asana practice, and controlling your anger and resentment, the two things. That will be very helpful and important. I heard my last trip to US, there are some shamans are doing some funny things with the practice of guinea pigs, and I don't know what they are doing. So, the sacrifice and killing the poor animal, apparently. I don't know how much true it is, but I can always put you in touch with that shaman from Peru. There was a weird story I heard. They apparently take 3 guinea pigs. Then they use 1 guinea pig, probably eat by themselves. That most shamans end up doing it because they do sacrifice. And 1 guinea pig dies eating that virus. They let that virus, apparently, I don't know, I have not seen it. They take it into I can't actually say it. They let the guinea pig travel inside the vagina and eat that virus. And then the guinea pig dies itself in the process. And one they kill it and sacrifice it. And one probably take it home and eat it and cook it. So this is quite a horrible story actually I encountered, and there was people were very happy that they have done something tremendous achievement. I said, you have taken the life of 3 creatures, possibly. But in relation to yoga, you have to find so many hilarious stories in the US. I can guarantee you they have the outstanding transformative culture that I have witnessed. I'm pretty sure they are useful, but if I have it, I will never let any animal go inside me. I can guarantee you for sure. I will be scared. So, in terms of natural remedies are very good, homeopathic remedies very good, and alkaline diet is very, very highly recommended. And in relation to Kriyas, in relation to the practice, not to make aggressive practice, point 1. Your Muladhara practice is good, Kapalbhati practice is good. Again, not to practice to the point where you build a heat in the body, not to build an excess amount of heat in the body. That I will recommend. And more, you should reach out to an Ayurvedic doctor who might be able to help and clean the body as well. The cleanse of the body. and do take a medical advice as well. And once you have done with medical, you can deal with the side effect of it with a natural practices as well. Okay. They say the chalk is also very good. So there are a lot of issues because body is acidic. First of all, you control the acidity level of the body, amount of uric acid production in the body, the yeast production in the body, cut down the sugar partially, do a good fast regularly. The best practice you can do is fast, eat some grapes before the meal also. So implement a good 10-day, 12-day fast, but eating a fruit base, but not acidic fruits, alkaline fruits. That can also be helpful. So there are many practices you can also do. The first I would recommend, start with the fasting, alkalining the body, cut down the sugar, cut down the yeast and the bread. If you're drinking wine, no wine. But I don't want to adapt my lifestyle, but I want to get the natural health of benefit. That does not work. Both your health goes, what you eat, it all goes hand in hand, both together. Practices along with the lifestyle. So no meat, no alcohol, because both of them produce a good amount of uric acid that leads to the acidity level increase in the body. Reduce it or completely cut it out. That would be the best option. And take a more alkaline diet. Alcohol is not alkaline. And being Spanish, I'm pretty sure you have a little bit now and then, but sometimes lead pretty much every day. Okay, I think that will be enough for today. And we meet next week. If you do have any question, please do ask. And Pranam.